I've got a problem. Got a rat problem. I don't think it's more than one rat, but I could be wrong on that. But I'm finding some hints that I've had a rat problem off and on for a while. And it's gotten really bad this year because he's now eating into things that I don't want eaten, like the bottom of my couch. And I'll show you. See that? That's rat. This is a vintage Milo Bowman recliner from the 1950s. It was made in High Point, North Carolina. And that little shit decided to chew on it. And he's chewing underneath my couch. You can see where the protective fabric that keeps the dust out of the bottom of the couch is falling down. And yeah, it's at one point it looked like I couldn't see exactly what, but those shoes look like they were nibbled on. I have a pair of old slippers. The toe on one of the booties is worn out, as you can see here. Oh, where did I put them? See? Yeah. He's been getting into my office, and so far I haven't noticed him in the bedroom yet. He may have been in there one time or two, because I've seen a couple of dung, but he's been mostly in the kitchen and in here. So I'm going to clean the pantry the other day. I didn't get the very top shelf, and I probably should pull those off and give that a good clean. It just didn't look like it was dirty. But there were some evidence that he'd been on at least that shelf, up there. I didn't clean, but these three I did clean. And I should pull these off and wipe everything out into there on this one at some point. Yeah, I did buy a new bread tray, or bread box is what they call it, because the mouse had been, or the rat in this case, been eating my whole grain bread. Multi-grain bread, I should say. Anyway, I think he is getting in through the laundry room, because there's probably a couple places in there, one of which is behind the washer. But I'm going to show you up here. Yep. It's a rat. And he's probably getting large. So I'm going to grab the vacuum cleaner and I'm going to clean that up. The red is plastic lid that goes to this container. It's a Cambro that I keep my flour in. So far he's pretty much avoiding the other containers so far, which have sugar and stuff in. So I'm going to remove all the stuff on the side and give this refrigerator a good cleaning. It's really gross. Don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I close the door, you can kind of see. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit. Grease is running down the side from the buildup on top. So I'm going to clean the outside of this refrigerator today. I know the inside could stand to be cleaned, but right now I'm just going to get the outside of it because I do not have a range hood right there. And so I cook, and so the grease just builds up on everything. So I'm going to do some cleaning. And part of the problem is I do not have the funds right now to get an exterminator to eradicate the problem. I may not be able to totally eradicate it, but I can at least minimize it, because I'm tired of having my stuff chewed on. Part of the problem is rats like to keep their teeth continue to grow throughout their lives, and so they get sharp. So one of the things they do is they hone their teeth down to where it is not heavily sharp. So I'm going to clean the refrigerator. So I'm going to go get the tripod, and I'm going to set you on that. Or actually, better yet, I might even put you on my head too. Just so I can show you cleaning the refrigerator, because it needs it. I'm going to show you something back here. And yes, it's raining. Don't think I see it under there, but I do see yeah, it looks like they're getting bigger. See right there. And right there. And a little one right there. Another one right there. Bet you the mouse is... Ooh, this one's been burrowing deeper. That one's pretty good. And right there. Going to need to figure out... They're getting into the house. So that's something I'm going to need to deal with. But yeah, I think I may have an infestation under the house. And they may be getting up into other areas of the house, who knows. But for now, that's where some of my mice situation is coming, which is why I'm asking if anybody who knows of a place who's willing to help, maybe, because I have no funds right now to deal with this problem. But he's eating into stuff, and he's now getting into my sugar, my granulated sugar, and he's chewed part of that lid, which isn't something I can just go buy another replacement lid for, because it's a Rubbermaid container, and the Rubbermaid container, you buy the lid and the container together, and I'm running out of money. So something is going to have to be done about that, and it's going to mean somebody who would be willing to help with this, get it done. I called 211, aka United Way, and I'm not seeing anything come up that deals with pest control. So that's what I'm looking for in the Tacoma area. And if you're willing to do it for free, I can do it as a review on the channel. And maybe do a special video talking about getting rid of these things. You may not be able to get rid of them all, but but you can reduce their impact in your house. And it means stopping them from getting in. And it may mean getting steel wool and stuffing it in places where they can get in. And then sealing it off to make sure that there's no air infiltration, because this house is very poorly insulated. There's some insulation, but it's in hit and miss in places. So it's a problem, and it's rears itself when it gets really cold. And add to that, the wall furnace is no longer working. I mean, it works, but the fan no longer works. So it doesn't really heat the house very well. So yeah, what we're after, what I'm after at this point. So I'm going to be needing to deal with it. And yeah, I could go buy traps and set them up all over the place. But again, that's just funds I do not have at this point. Let me just show you. That's what we're looking at. As you can see, he's got the corner, the lid. I want that little fucker gone. I really do. Because he's chewing at my shit. And he's just making life miserable for me to even live here. And they harbor diseases. So, yeah, he needs to go. He or she or it needs to go. There. He's been up there too. He's just not been pooping, but peeing. I've actually take that back. He's been up there before, but not recently. Okay. Really, you just need to clean your refrigerator every so often anyway. For the simple reason that it not only does it get gross from all the grease and the stuff, but the germs and grease from your fingerprints, especially if you've been touching raw meat and you accidentally touch the refrigerator for whatever reason, it'll be a bit problematic because it can cause cross-contamination. And stuff. Again, the refrigerator, on the outside anyway, looks a lot better and looks like someone cared enough about their space. Yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen a little bit more Probably what I was going to say is I'm sure you have seen worse from people who have no idea or concept of what clean is. But I like to keep things, scrub things down from time to time, especially right now with the rat situation. So I'm going to put a plea, and that is if you know someone who can maybe help me out with exterminating a rat, I'd be glad to do it for a review. Because I do have a rat, and I like to get rid of it so that it's not eating all my stuff, creating a mess. And rats harbor viruses like the hantavirus, and you're really best not to have them in your house if you can help it. Unfortunately, we can't always completely avoid it, but we can minimize it. Anyway, the refrigerator looks 100% better, so I feel better knowing that it's been done. And because if nothing else, even if it's not a rat situation, the refrigerator just looks better. And it'll feel a little bit better when I go to get into it later. So I'm going to put these back on it. And we'll take it from there. It is a gloomy, damp day. If you have questions, concerns, or comment, please leave them below. And meanwhile, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell so you can be notified, and it'll do the channel a world of good.